here with quite a squad of people. We've got the athletes from the tournament that happened over the weekend. Yesterday we had Will and Taylor Fletcher. They came and chatted with us, and today we have all of their colleagues, if you will. We have Ben and Casey and Trevor. Got it all right, yes?
Yep.
Okay, good, great. So, Casey and Trevor, you guys are special jumpers, which, tell us a little about that.
We just are kind of competition format, just practice run into competition runs.
Okay.
That's all we do.
That's all we do. We just launch ourselves into the air and hope for the best. We'll see. Okay, and you guys are Nordic Combined.
Yeah.
So, which is jumping with...
The big difference is we only have one competition jump,
Okay.
and then that's in the morning. In the afternoon, we cross-country race.
Okay.
Based off the jump.
Right, and so we were talking about during the summer, these are all primarily winter sports, right? Come from Norway, am I correct here? Right?
Yeah.
And okay, great. And so during the summer though, we're still going strong here. So how do you guys do that in the summer?
So, well, we've been doing it for a long time, and they have plastic on the ski jumps, and it's just plastic matting, and they water it down.
Okay.
And the track is porcelain, and that's watered as well. And it's so similar to the winter, like you barely tell a difference.
I didn't know the track was porcelain.
Yeah.
That's
It's got little
that
bumps
track.
on it. Yeah.
But okay, so that's the in run for the ski jump.
Yeah.
But what about cross country? How do you do that in the summer?
So we have roller skis.
You're doing
So
the
essentially,
skates.
it's just rollerblading with poles.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that harder in the summer? Do you guys prefer snow or fake grass? What are our thoughts? See, here you guys are on your roller skates.
Yeah.
Look at that. Who is that?
That's Taylor, Brian, and myself.
Okay, look at you. So what do you think? Summer or winter? What do you like better?
Winter, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, because it's a winter sport, so like whenever it starts to get close to winter, you just feel like that need for snow. And like, even though it's similar, it's just not cold and snowy, and that's like how we all grew up skiing. You know?
Exactly. Conditions are always perfect in the summer, though.
Yes,
Sure.
right. Because winter, I feel like we deal with a lot of wind, don't
Yeah,
we?
and snow and
Gets warm, melts.
yeah,
Right.
that's cold.
Yeah. But in the summer, it's hot, but the conditions of the jump are always the same.
Nice. Look at that. Look at that. Who is this?
That's me.
That is you.
Yeah,
Look at you sailing off into the sunset. Who we got here?
that's
Casey.
me
You
again.
got Casey. These are the Casey files. Love it. Well, what about? I mean, the strain. Obviously, it's very. I've seen some intense crashes. Anyone that's gone up to the Utah Olympic Park, every once in a while you see things go a little wrong. Maybe did they land wrong? Maybe, and it's
There's
a
a couple
rough.
ways
It's
to
a
go
rough
wrong.
sport. So is it harder in the summer or winter to kind of hone the skill of the landing?
Well, it's so similar. I mean, because the thing is, you're just going in a straight line, so it's like pretty much the same amount of friction on the plastic and as the snow. But when you fall in the summer, you get burnt by the plastic.
Oof.
So that's the difference.
Anyone have any burns to show us here?
I think I had some on my elbows. But with that being said, I think it is, they say like something like the second safest winter sport.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the
looks
first
dangerous.
safest, do we think?
Cross country.
Okay. So these guys are playing it safe. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's so interesting that, like, sending yourself into orbit is considered the second safest winter sport. But okay, well, that's good. Have any of you had bad crashes this year?
I've not. I
seriously, no.
think the most common crash that you see is probably somebody actually having way too good of a jump and having a little bit too much speed, maybe carrying themselves down to like the farthest part of the hill and then crashing just because they kind of went too far and the forces were a little bit too much. But when that usually happens, usually you're okay. You just kind of slide out, and then, I mean, it happens. We wear suits, we wear helmets, so everything's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about this competition over the weekend. So you guys, were yours before? Who came first, ski jumping or Nordic?
You jumped at the same time.
Yeah, you jump at the same
really?
time.
Oh, okay, and then you guys just go on later to do your skating. So what is it, the mindset going into this? Because it's so grueling. Like, mentally, the ski jumping is like, I mean, you've really got to be so focused on that, and then you guys have to go through this intense physical endurance. We were all saying we're happy to let you take that road. We'll sit back and cheer.
I think everyone has their own kind of way to prepare for the competition mentally, especially. It's good to kind of be relaxed going into it and just focus on what you've been working on in training. That's probably, for me, the best way is to be relaxed and just focus on my jumps and what I have to do and kind of zone out the world around me.
And Casey, you took third over the weekend. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Way
Thank
to
you.
go. And you're so young. You said 17? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so was there anything that you kind of did? What was the secret?
I don't know. I try to keep everything the same because I jump well in practice, so I want to jump well in the competition. And I see a lot of people, they do different things on competition day and they kind of psych themselves out. So I try to keep everything similar and just kind of go in with a clear mind and kind of have fun with it. I love ski jumping, and that's why I do it, so why not just do the same thing in competition?
That's great. And then we were talking, you had an amazing year last year. You took silver medal in, what was the competition?
It was Youth Olympic Games.
Youth Olympic Games. Yeah, awesome. So, I mean, how do you possibly go from jumping all morning against the elements and then go on this grueling track afterwards?
Yeah, it's kind of a drastic change going from trying to be really relaxed and focused on your jumping, and then have to switch over to skiing and just to be really kind of hungry for the race.
Do you guys have to just like eat a ton, like carb? I mean, I've seen you guys like just fall over after the race. It's just like, there's all my energy forever, I'm done. Like,
yeah, like I don't like to eat a lot before jumping in the morning.
Right.
So then after the jumping, I have to eat for the race. I have to like get some food in me. So I eat a lot of oatmeal.
Okay,
Too much oatmeal. So usually after a race day, I don't want oatmeal for a couple of weeks.
Okay. No one give him oatmeal if he comes into your restaurant. He's on the downtime. Well, we're going to stick around. We're going to have a lot more chatting about kind of what they do in their off season as celebrities and some of the behind the scenes on the trail to victory here. We're here with all the boys from men's ski jumping and U.S. Nordic, sorry, it's all the same thing, but Nordic Combined. Stick with us. This is the Mountain Morning Show. We will be right back. Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I'm Chloe Johnson, and I'm here with Ben and Casey and Trevor. My whole squad, they look like a little family because they all got the matching shirts. They've got the matching kind of hairdos here in the middle, and then you guys have a lot of swag here. Do they pimp you out with the U.S. Nordic stuff?
Yeah, we get to some stuff. We have to get this out there.
Do you have any other sponsors too that send you guys stuff?
A little bit. Backcountry, I think, was our outfit.
Oh, nice. That's fun. What do they get? Just like T-shirts and like water bottles.
Winter gear.
The little head things, right? I have a few of them. They're like the head scarves. Like it looks like a sweatband but cooler.
Oh, dang, I need one of those.
Oh, am I more swagged out? Okay, I'll share with you, don't worry. Since I'm not huge on my cross-country career these days. But we were talking, a lot of you kind of have dabbled in the cross-country side as well. You guys stuck with it, and you guys kind of decided to go specialize in jumping. But Trevor, you were saying you had a brief...
It was the 2009 Junior Olympics in Anchorage, Alaska. Me and one of my teammates now who placed second this past weekend, Kevin Bernerd, we did a relay race together, and we both were last, and that was kind of the beginning and end of my career in cross country.
Brief but beautiful.
Yeah,
Way to
it was
go.
a scenic route, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't quite for me.
That's awesome. Okay, and what about you? You did it for a little while as well?
Yeah, I did it for a decent amount of time, and then I just kind of decided that, ski jumping is kind of where I want to be at, and I'd let these guys take the reins on the whole Nordic Combined side of things, so I started special jumping.
And we were talking about, with Nordic Combined especially, it is you combine, remember where you jump, right, is where you get to start on the actual track. Do you guys feel like you are stronger in jumping or Nordic Combined or skating?
I've always been stronger at jumping.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been trying to get faster across country.
So we lay it all on the jump and then hope for the best?
Yeah, and then sometimes go backwards.
Okay. Yeah. What about you?
I would say typically jumping also, but it kind of depends on the day and how I'm doing
even,
it.
Man.
Yeah.
Pretty even. We hear you're a monster. Those are Casey's words, not mine. But
no,
Casey's a big fan.
I've raced with Casey a few times.
Okay.
Back when we used to both do Nordic Combined.
And speaking of fans, you guys are telling me you're heading out, right, in the next few weeks to disperse all over the world and train, hone your talents, mostly in Europe, kind of, right? So, and I've seen some of the jumping hills there. It is like stadium seating. Like, I mean, we're not quite up to par there yet at the Olympic Park, but you have huge crowds that come out. Does that help kind of bring the hype while you're competing?
Yeah, definitely depending on where you're at. Like when there's a big crowd, it changes it a lot, because here we don't get big crowds so much. So when
Come on, Park City, let's go.
Big crowd of people watching your event, it just like changes the whole. It changes everything. It's awesome. Yeah, it's cool.
That's good. What are some of your favorite places to compete then?
I think the Midwest is really good. We're Ben's home club, and also Casey's draws a big crowd. You know, smaller Midwestern towns, the whole town comes in and gets thousands and thousands of people.
Wow.
A lot of places in the Midwest are, you know, the jumps aren't always as big or as new as the ones here, but it's the atmosphere is a lot more fun when you have people honking their horns and screaming and everything.
Yeah.
Just all you see is a sea of people out there. It really makes it a lot of fun for all the athletes to, jump and kind of show what they can do to a big crowd.
But can you hear, because I always go, because usually the Continental Cup comes, and I love to go watch competition, and I bring my cowbells from the Olympics, and I'm going, but I feel like they can't really hear me.
Definitely. Not when we're racing.
Well, yeah, definitely at the top of the jump you can hear, but kind of when you're in the zone, you're actually in your jump.
Well, it's probably for the best, right? You really got to stay in the zone. Okay, well, but if there's so many fans over in Europe, do we get Ben and Taylor time? They've gotten a little bit of fan mail, actually. Do you have people come up to you afterwards and like try to get a signature, try and get a picture?
Yeah. This past year in Switzerland, we had this guy come up to us who had a photo book, like a Shutterfly photo book, full of all of our pictures, and had a sign there. It was really legit. It was kind of cool.
Oh my gosh!
Little new thing.
That's awesome. Do you take a lot of pictures with the fans too when you're out there?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
It's like when I first started competing on World Cup, then like people start sending you, when you first start competing, they send you fan mail because they see you on TV or whatever, and they'll print out pictures of you off of like Google Images or whatever, or they'll like find your Facebook, or like they'll print out pictures that you didn't really know were on the internet.
Suddenly you're looking at like your
my mom took that
12th
picture,
birthday party.
It's my senior picture or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they send it to you, and then they want your like autograph, but you'll open it and be like, where did they get this picture? Like, this is super weird. It's a little weird at first, for sure.
Yeah, I know our teammate, the guy who had the booklet of us, his pictures were like him holding a fish, and shirtless on a boat, like a rodeo horse, which he thought mine were like nice jump pictures, and his were a little bit more.
So you really are celebrities. You got to watch what you're throwing out there, because your fans, they want some good content, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is so fun. And you guys, you said you travel a lot as a team together, even though you're separate sports technically, right? But you travel together sometimes?
Sometimes.
We see each other kind of a little bit through Europe, and when we're here, we're together, train more on the jump.
But we hardly ever stay in like the same hotels.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, but when you guys are out with your teams, like you guys are like living the dream. Every kid wants to go run around Europe. What do you guys do behind the scenes? Like after, how do we celebrate in Europe? The TV edition. Let's put that out there. Don't want to get you guys in trouble here.
Netflix.
Oh, thrilling. Okay. Jeez, really giving us the dirt here. Come on.
Little trips to the grocery store, like the closest gas station.
Yeah.
Stocking up on the chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Milk is really good.
Okay. But come on, no pranking goes on behind the scenes. You're with each other.
No, there's a lot of
brotherhood.
pranking because we're all like sharing rooms together.
I'd say it's kind of hard to think of one specific. It kind of happens in the moment usually.
Yeah.
What's the boarhead?
Well, this wasn't in Europe. This spring we were in Texas for a bike trip with one of our sponsors. And after the first day riding,
He looks nervous.
After the first day riding, we stayed at this it was like a hunting ranch or like a hunting. Where they like breed the animals there, and then they just put them out into this fenced area. Then people can just like pay to just come shoot them. Like in a pretty, I don't know, it's pretty bad. But anyways, we just stayed here for some reason. It was like along the way, and we're staying in this big like warehouse type room that had
shed.
Just animal heads everywhere, like on the walls, just everywhere. And I was walking around and I found just this boar head that was just like sitting on the ground. So I went and I put it in his bed, and it was like this huge boar head, like And so he walked into his room and he took back his covers and there's just this boar head looking
Oh
at him.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun out there, and we're heading into the season here, so we want to wish you guys all the best of luck. We're definitely going to keep track of you, and you'll be jumping, right, training a little bit up at the hill.
Yeah.
So if people want to go and see you, I guess they can check the schedule, right, online and see when you're jumping. Well, fun. All right, if you see these guys, these are celebrities. They're not from Park City, but we like to claim them as our own when they're on our hills. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Come say hi to them if you see them out and about, and wish them luck. We wish you guys lots of luck. Have fun this season. Stay safe. Have fun. Stick around. We've got lots more to come here on the Mountain Morning Show.